solely to be briefed by the investigating officer.
My wife is in the building. I need to go through.
Your name, please, your name?
Mark Draper. Now, please.
1 second, sir. I'll get on the radio.
Excuse me, mate.
Just Mr. Joanna! Mr. Draper!
Hey, Joanna!
Mr. Draper? Mr. Draper, it's not your wife. Come this way, please. We have no evidence to suggest that your wife died in the fire, Mr. Draper. In fact, we don't even think she was in the hotel. Her car had gone.
Thank God.
We do need to trace her, though.
Well, so do I. That's why I came down when I heard the radio this morning. She hadn't been returning my calls.
When did you last speak to her?
3 days ago.
Why was your wife staying in the hotel, Mr. Draper, when you only live 30 miles away?
She's a journalist. Sometimes when she's working on something, she stays away from home.
What was she working on?
I have no idea. Look, I don't see how this is relevant.
The fire was started in your wife's room.
And you think...
No, we don't think anything, Mr. Draper. We just want to find her.
Was she different when she left? Now, had you rowed?
No. She seemed all right.
Seemed.
Look, sometimes she does get a bit down. The day before she left wasn't particularly good. And yes, we did row.
By down, you mean depressed?
Kind of. Postnatal. When Emily was born. But that was 6 years ago. That's why she went back to work. We thought she was over it. She wouldn't have done this.
Well, if she was out, she can't have done. We just need to find her so we can eliminate her from the investigation. Thank you, Mrs. Draper. We'll be in touch.
Did you notice in her room? She hadn't taken any of her clothes or makeup.
So she was planning on coming back?
Oh, she had a breakdown? Well, sometimes people like to leave their old life behind.
What, and then set fire to it?
Well, arson can be an attempt to regain power or a feeling of success in a life that's been spiralling out of control. Usually it's the loss of love or a job that precipitates an arson attack. But here she might be feeling the pressure of returning to work after the loss of confidence having had a child. Check if she had a history of drug abuse.
Okay.
The bed might represent the place she gave birth to the child and the resentment she feels. Or a lot of arsonists used to wet the bed as children. Could be the place she felt ridiculed.
Right, so we're looking for a bedwetting arsonist. That's really useful, Tony.
That's only pyromaniacs. Underlying frustration at the lack of control. Fraudsters don't. Revenge attackers don't. That's women as well. Or gay men.
So whose funeral was it you went to?
That was a friend from the department. He was 44. Brain tumour.
God, sorry.
Well, there are some killers you just can't profile.
Joanna Draper, no previous convictions. She freelances investigative articles and sells them around the cheaper end of the weeklies and monthlies. All sorts from dodgy washing machines to Elvis is my cat.
She does have a history of dependency, not drugs, alcohol.
Could be, but it might not be her. See, walk into a normal scene of crime, there you have it. Everything laid out in front of you like a jigsaw. Trouble with fire is that it consumes, it destroys. That's why people use it to disguise other motives. Fraud, crime concealment, revenge. Kevin, anything on the husband?
Runs a small marketing company registered at his home address. They're both directors.
Find out how it's doing and how it was doing before they had children.
OK, was this marriage falling apart? Get into their phone records and their mobiles, particularly hers. Had she started taking more money out? If she was back on the booze, how was she funding it? And why haven't we found anything on her car? Until we rule her out, Joanna Draper is very much ruled in. Any more ideas on Richard Carter or Leanne Williams?
Just thoughts, Karen.
The hotel owner, Mr. Roth, and his solicitor are here.
OK, come on, Kev.
Dawn, Linda Osborne's body. Any seen the crime photos? So put Linda on the map for me.
She was there.
So the way Linda was found was this.
Well,
Maybe she was moved. Not buried, but moved. Now Richard and Leanne. All facing the same direction. Where was the skull of the 500-year-old body?
up by the heads.
All north.
You thinking they're connected?
I don't know what I'm thinking.
You're insured, aren't you, Mr. Roth?
Yes, of course I am.
And how's business been for the last couple of years?
Could always have been better.
Do you know anyone that might have a grudge against you at all?
No, I don't.
OK, I'll need to see your account for the last 3 years, and I'd also like permission to access your bank details.
For what reason?
I would have thought the deaths of 2 innocent people were reason enough. I'd also like to see your existing fire certificates.
You believe I would kill my own guests? It's a woman in room 115 that you should be speaking to, not me.
Yeah, we will when we find her.
It's a conscious act. You know what you're doing. Why are you doing it? You kill, dig, you remove. Then you bury. And then... north. And she's 500 years old. North.